for the stage to come, prove that they're stepping in the right direction. This attack side, moving towards the A side, already caught Purpo. Player who's a little bit more quiet, but we expect to warm up on that stage. And although he's been dropped, it's for a trade. GX still have the advantage to work with. It's only if they haven't accounted for Leo sneaking his way in the corner. And it looks like they haven't, but the shots are missed.
Already trades back. Boaster off to a decent start here, but it is going to be the cleanup.
Backside of A, so Purpo has an escape route, but he's looking to take a fight first, and he'll find it for free.
Yeah, the corner not checked. I'm a little bit surprised that there's no clear on that whatsoever. Especially in a bonus round, this puts them off to a great start, already having that man advantage. Fnatic just running through the utility, and that man advantage quickly diminishes. Trades back though, Coutinho up above, not spotted either. Puts this back into a 2v3 scenario. Spike still yet to be planted, and the rest of GX has been able to group up.
And Chronicle's all out of flashes too, so no aggressive plays. It's going to be GX that go flying through and find all the kills. Over, but all the while, yes, that was the plan. Straight in with the Bucky and straight down again. Redgar's not letting them away with that, and after a swift early punish, he's holding on to control with backup to support him, but they're both taken down by Alfier.
You got to be careful of this guy. You've always got to be careful. In the map victories we saw at kickoff, I think one of them, it was him getting like 25 kills and just hard carrying on Ascent. He definitely still has the ability as one of the most talented, definitely within EMEA, but in last year it was the Wild. For now though, you get back into the sweaty setups of Fnatic. That was always the terrifying prospect when it came to the map of Binders. They had post plants for days. You didn't want to allow them to plant, otherwise the round was basically over, and it is the second that spike goes down. Fnatic are on the board.
I think that's the important factor of having Redgar in this position to try to play the flank. That molly's just being heard firing off. So Redgar knows as a player here, there could be a kill for him, but they're not expecting Fnatic to play on site. They thought this was again going to be a post-plant play, that they'd be far back, sitting in main. Instead, the fight was taken on the site. That bought so much more time, and Redgar, even now, has not seen Boaster cross back. He has to be worried. Has he gone around to Bath? No. There's the answer to his question. Boaster was still there, and there's no gate crash to fall back on for Purpo. He's now stuck in the mud, but he's made it back to elbow.
Yeah, it's sort of the gamble of players versus the gamble of this one rifle. And hey, the rifle started off strong. A couple of high-impact kills, but you have to bear in mind the weaponry isn't there for the rest. It may not matter, though. 2 quick kills with the pistols. And now Leo, 0 kills so far.
30 seconds left.
But there's few others you'd want in a clutch.
Especially as he doesn't have to plant. This is going to give him an opportunity to take a little bit more space. And as well, the Thrash in the back pocket, he retrieved it, so it's back online and ready to go for this fight. Some dream reality where he catches all 3 of them with it, but instead it's going to be the rifle that has to take these fights, and he doesn't even win the first. Hoodie is too quick. It shows very aggressive play. He did. It was used last round. It didn't find anything. Leo has found 2 though off rip. A very aggressive fight on A that has not worked out for GX, only dropping Chronicle. The TP in from Redgar means the site is still secure, but Fnatic, like I said, the TP, the TP, often you're going to see teams
Flank clear.
Go in for that little quicker play on A, right? Baited by the fact there might be 1 less player. Well, now they knew there were 2 less players on A, and Fnatic still don't spur forward. Instead, they're moving it back in the other direction and finding what will be, presumably, a wide open B site to play with.
Yeah, it had to be a gamble. There was nothing more that GX could really do in this round. The initial aggression failed, and again, with Fnatic's passive hold, it leaves them in a bit of an awkward spot. That's always the thing with this double duelist. You lose a little aspect of information by not having an extra initiator as you do on the other side. And what you have to do with that, at least on the defense, is get that little bit more aggressive, take more space. And with Fnatic patiently waiting, it's depressing to watch around like this, but it almost has to be a save. Like going back in, especially now they've used a Viper's Pit, it means 1 section of your retake is already gone.
For information for this attack side squad, they know there's a lot of players here, but the decision hasn't been made yet to go back. Durka falls. The numbers of Fnatic thin out further. Ults were used and found absolutely nothing. Still an orbital strike to work with, and the tap to bait them in further. They're waiting for the flank to come through on Boaster, who's also set up with a double post-plant setup. Yeah. Molly and orbital strike. But the orbital strike used aggressively to push them forward to allow Alpha to swing on in, and he's found a kill for free.
That's the thing, the adaptive nature of Fnatic. Well, Leo may have got off to a quiet start, but we all know that doesn't last for long. A quick snap back, a swing around, we'll be able to clear out one more player, and this leaves Cloud alone. As said, we've heard in the past that this man was on the Fnatic shortlist when building that super team. We know how good he could be. You can't give him anything. We're going to see Fatinho and Purpo potentially swing this together. He's going to have to swing out, and actually that's kind of helped them. It's forced him on the timing. Purpo's now there alongside him. Starting to get a little bit worrying. Chronicle's done well to trade things back into an even scenario, and okay, Jake. Already sending it through with the Tiger, but there was no cover. There was nothing, in fact. Cloud just tries to walk back across, not expecting that space to be taken, even though it literally was in the previous round as well. Snakebite tried to slow them down, but there's counter utility and vulnerable. He has to peek. A nice shot from Hoodie, at least. Has been able to take down Leo. He's bought some time for the rotation. The rest of his teammates barreling in towards the site, but they are all taking so much damage. Durka comes alive. He's got himself 4. Put a decent position through, though, already an immediate opener. Hoodie does manage to find one, and actually Cloud holding as well. They're going to keep things in their favor for the moment. Purpo, you don't want to run through a smoke versus this guy. That's what I'm learning. He'll hit the immediate headshot. Alpha can actually retrieve that spike. He's going to dodge the showstopper as well, so that's at least a piece of utility out of there. It would have to be a pretty impressive clutch. Spike plant will get him one away from his ult, Mitch, but other than that, doesn't have much to play with at all.
To get that ult online, he'll have to isolate a duel. And even look at the positions that GX are in. It's the same position. They're stacked up together. This is the right play. No matter what, they should be able to trade and at least get a trade after 2 kills. Alpha would have to go insanely nuclear on this. He's dodged the flash for a moment. Caught one, and that's it. Unlucky. This pistol round could inject those rounds right back towards GX. They were good the first time around. Alpha grabbing 2 before being bitten down. And Durka, he snuck his way through, but he's a little bit late to the party with Alpha down. You don't quite want to be emerging around that corner and end up giving the advantage away, especially with the damage done. It's pretty significant. Cloud doesn't have a heal, so
can they now execute it? And it seems like they're even starting to doubt themselves a little.
Well, that molly through from Boaster comes in with intention. GX know where one player is at least. 21 on Fatinho is being tagged further and dropped eventually by Boaster, and as they get just isolated in duels.
Already looking like they're leaning towards that B side. 3 players away. The flash is unbelievable. Only managing to get 1 kill off the back of it though, but Leo is still fighting, brawling. A counter flash finally comes through, but it's too little too late. He's just going to spam his utility. Go back to the gun! And he even gets the final kill with the first ace!
Slowing them down as well. Fnatic on the rotate now. 4 players in position. Boaster unspotted towards Matt. Got a prime angle to frag out with 2, but his team have fallen apart. Oh! Somehow on another. He's only got a couple bullets left in reserve, but there's only a few seconds left. The molly a little bit late. The spike was picked up, and it will now be planted. At least the attempt will be there. Boaster reloaded, so he's got 12 bullets to play with, a few more expended, and Hoodie might have repositioned on the other side, but Boaster was ready.
And at GX, what can they do to try and make this one competitive? Absolutely nothing. Yeah, call it. Call it. They've already lost 2 players within the first 20 seconds of the round. It's not looking good. The aggressive push is coming out from Chronicle. They're just looking to put this one to bed, but Hoodie and Redgar are still fighting.
Oh, yes they are. Another found. That's Leo dropped. No ults left for Fnatic. There were a few to play with, but all those players have been dropped. The map control is gone, and GX are playing this wise. They're just pumping the brakes. They know some aggression has to come through. Someone has to try to clear something. You ain't gonna solo hold each site. Eventually they'll move together. 50 seconds on the clock. And the A site, the target. Viper's Pit online. Yeah, it might even be worth using.
Yeah, they might be able to use it just to get them into that after plant. Fall back, especially with the amount of utility that's already been expended by Fnatic. Although saying that, they do still have a couple of snake bites, which is one of the main problems they'd have from this position. Oh no! Oh no! They spot Chronicle! And he just kills off both without even breaking a sweat.
Up to it. No gate crash online. for Coutinho. I don't think he's got a way out, but he doesn't need one if he's popping off like that. 2 quick kills. And remember, there's an extra element to this strategy with Purpo being there waiting in mid and Hoodie waiting in tube has caught Boaster despite being caught off guard. Not a bad start for the old defensive side.
Revealing area.
Definitely not a bad position to be in. Alright, guys, got to be careful walking out. Alpha's managed to find one, but it is just going to be the quick trades in the end. So yeah, the push already coming down though. Coutinho is just going to get owned. But Alpha just seems to be the king in this position. Back-to-back rounds, he's managed to find a double opener for the team. And if that's a running theme, we could be seeing problems already as he just continues his run of form. They've lost the first 2 rounds. He still managed to get himself, well, up until that point, the only kills Fnatic had. And he had 6 of them. Darko already getting picked up. He's absolutely screwed. The utility has worked out nicely. Boaster taking a bit of damage, and they've already got the information from Coutinho of where Chronicle is. Hasn't really spotted much else. Just gonna have to TP out of there. They're watching for that flank as well. Purpo, I think he's hit the timing spot on. Just as they look away, he's going to start rounding that corner.
What a fantastic read so far, but Fnatic answer up with big kills. Coutinho on his 3rd seems to have locked this one in. The result a foregone conclusion, surely with Boaster's spot. He can't do anything to deny this defuse, and they know it, sticking it all the way, but the recon was already in. They know that he's here. Not that the ult doesn't give that away, and I don't know how he's going to get out, but he's taking them down with him. 2 already before he eventually falls, but he's done his job.
Yeah, he's made it enough time, enough damage, that now you see that wraparound coming in from Alpha. They've got to clear him, and Cloud will do just that. Hoodie's found another one. I saw this at the beginning of the round. Boaster is trying to spam through this with an Ares. He's doing little tickles of damage, but they're just going to defuse in front of him. They're just sticking it all the way. I think he might have cooked a little bit too far with that one.
Have Redgar ready to fight on the back of that. It's a very nice setup, but one that they've gone a little bit too aggressively pushing into. Purpo's about to lose his dash, but he's not losing the fight. It's another for Purpo, and he's sticking around. Cloudburst eventually used to cover his retreat, but look at the setup again. Redgar coming down to double up on this angle, and Hoodie is ready to drop. In fact, they do. They pincer the mid play, grab the info with the hat off the head, and they almost lose their life for it, but Redgar reacts just in time.
Oh, that's whiffy. And it's left on to Chronicle, but Purpo is not missing a beat. Our own map choice. Again, this 1-2 punch up close. But they've already managed to find the openers on the other side. Viper's Pit going to be put into play. That's actually where the majority of players are, but with kills coming in mid, Alpha's now starting to push. They're going to leave Hoodie actually somewhat alone and tagged up. But they now have the information that Alpha's there. The thing is, the full team are now rotating. The A site's going to end up completely clear, but it just depends which way Fnatic decide to go, and I don't blame them for walking towards Alpha. He's basically cleared the site, or at least he thinks he has.
He should swing for info, though, before they're out. At least I thought he might. Instead, it's going to be just a swing in from main, right into the heavy numbers of GX. Quick return, though. And only Hoodie left, 49 HP. A few of them are low. It's a headshot on Alpha, but the follow-up not found. Peering into ours and attempting to find Hoodie. There he is. Unfortunately, that info was already found by Alpha. Hunter's Fury grabs 1 tag, but 40 HP, never mind. He's down and out. The return of the ultimate, though, as Coutinho now plays on site to rotate a little bit quicker. The flash to blind Chronicle up, but somehow he loses that fight. It's anything but pretty. And the advantage now sits towards Fnatic. Hunter's Fury blindly fired in, hoping to find something and getting absolutely nothing. Shot missing for Purpo as well. Everything's going wrong for GX, and they've got the disadvantage to play around. Spike still to be planted, 50 seconds, but the Viper's Pit's the big danger! How is this man evading death again and again? 7 HP! And Purpo, the word save must be racking around this guy's brain, surely.
Spike planted.
But no, it's not. He's gone out wide into the open.
He's so That's something that Fnatic definitely has to be wary of. It's a nice ping, but actually the counter spray's even better. That's not the same guy. Where's the guy from the last round? Like, it just looks like Fatidio's bounced back immediately. I'm so confused. He saved it all for this round, Mitch.
That's it. That's it. You know, he's getting the bad karma out of the way, so the good one would come in here. He's only then thinking, oh, maybe I should put one down, just in case. And the idea is that no matter what, Hoodie on his way, Cloud here, and Durka forced back. The initial fight going to Fadinho. The spam's back. Okay, back and forth they go. The updraft at least, get him up above that wall. Chronicle trapped in the corner though. Hasn't really got a way out. Durka and himself have to fight their way through this side, and he's just about made it. The A site taken by Alpha as well. They've secured a plant, and the element of surprise, Tom, it's everything for Alpha. He could go huge here.
Yeah, the thing is, I have a feeling that they're gonna suspect that this might happen because Alpha has been on those hard lurks in the majority of rounds, and again, GX have been very good at sort of grouping up as a unit. They'll definitely know it now. I think Alpha even realizing that he has to try and get ahead of where they'd even predict him to be. Plant in. I don't think Neural Theft's going to be a massive benefit at this stage, and any other ults are not even close to being online.
Especially with the trap behind, right? They're hardly going to have pushed down tubes, so there's no point really using it. Nowhere to use it right now. No chance to with Alpha down. Durka on the clutch. Flash, though, is good, and he's gone!
Be the boost that GX need to close out this map.
Oh, no. And he's gone again. Unfortunately for Durka. He's done damage, though. It's not being followed up on. 3 versus 4. Redgar and Purpo sharing a life almost. And Hoodie's lost his. Now it's a little bit more competitive. The numbers even, but the HP drastically in favor of the Fnatic side. And they're looking to group up. But the TP used by Fatino is near perfect. He has thread the needle. GX now hold the advantage, and the gate crash on its way back through. He can just reunite with his teammates and play this post plant together. Not only that, but Redguard's taking advantage of his low HP with a nasty little spot. He's being caught by Boaster though. 19 HP, and on the way back out, okay, he slipped through. Purple barely holding on to life, but he's going to use Fatino to try to close this one out. The two of them together, already sticking to halfway, but the read, the read is perfect by Boaster. He's got one. Baiting him out for the final fight, but the ammo gets the better of him.
By Alpha, but they have lost a lot of space. Flash through. He's going to have to hide at the back of this site, and already Chronicle is gone. It's left on Alpha to go huge here in the corner. He's going to find another. Again, the individual doing great, but the trades are there. Guns can be found. Mitch, it's a 3v3.
Yeah, they've already done the work on the side of GX. I like this attack, the flash through the wall. It got them so much space. And now they get to capitalize off those advantages. Sitting down with weapons in hand, ready to take this fight. What was a disadvantageous round is now one that you could argue even favors them.
Yeah.
The utility at a disadvantage. They don't have a lot to fall back on, but with another kill found, it's looking like Fnatic might be in the dirt. 11 seemingly secured and now locked in. Now, the decoy is already allowed to walk through, but oh no, Dirk is not able to capitalize. It's Boaster instead, popping off on the back of the site. That's given them a chance.
Yeah, it's given an opportunity, especially with the remaining players having Guardians. That was the one pistol that was in play. Still, Cloud standing. Redgar alongside him. Utility definitely favored to Fnatic at this stage. You've got Chronicle's belt just being put into play. The drone is still available for Cloud, but I'm not sure if there's necessarily a position he'll be able to use this, and I think instead it looks like Redgar's going to be that sacrificial lamb, just looking for the contact. He's already going to manage to find one. The second goes his way as well, and now he's heading up against Alpha. A Cypher battle that you'd expect to go in Alpha's favor, and it will. Just about. It's like Alpha saving
Nice
them.
knife. That's a drone canceled out completely, but take his drone away, and the man gets angry. 2 quick kills for Cloud, and they're steaming in towards the site. He's jumping around like a lunatic. As
2 of them were jumping. Fitty gets the kill.
Oh my. Boaster and Alpha left to do it all, and that is a spectacular response from GX. Their initial utility cut off, and it didn't look like there were any struggles there. They're both isolated. Vitinho might take this, but he doesn't have a flash. So he goes all the way into the spawn and then just TP's out.
Plays it safe.
Just a paranoia play, and there is a flank underway from Redgar. In fact, they're going back to clear Vitinho, and they're going to run right into Redgar. It doesn't matter if they're looking for him. And it's as the spike is being planted. Look, they're looking the other way. Alpha picks up one, but the cost is great. Now the ult used for the final pieces of information. And this puzzle has come together nicely for GX. They came into this 13-5 down on the first map. Boaster was fragging out. GX, well, they've done the exact same. Redgar leading the charge for this squad in many, many rounds, pulling them out of bad positions and leaving Fnatic with only Chronicle here in a 1v4. 7 straight rounds needed, and they won't even get the first kill. 13-5. And the decoy planted, but not yet activated. Fnatic ready to follow up on the back of it. Counter utility on its way. It looks like GX want to fight ahead of this execute, and that's a cost that they're willing to pay. One player down, the trade's in, but they're not finished fighting just yet. Counter flash coming out of the side of Leo, and that has kept them back. The advantage sits with Fnatic, but the damage is done. Someone has to capitalize on it, though.
It really is an unknown. Purpo's nade should do a little bit of damage, and while Alpha trying to be aggressive has been caught, Vitinho has found another. Of course, some weaker weapons in this round, but when you close the gap, kind of hopeful that you'll be able to get something. An aggressive position from Boaster, but at this stage, I think GX know, okay, there's no real value in us over-facing here. And in fact, Fnatic are spamming away all of their utility to clear absolutely no one.
Vitinho's lost a lot of his health. He'll be playing the stun for this round. Cloud might be in the same boat, but he's got no utility to help out with. Just go heal Vitinho, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He has it.
12 seconds, though. They've got to pick up the pace on Fnatic, and it's right into this site. The site with the lower HP players. But I mean, there's 4 seconds left now, and, well, they're not going to get this one planted, are they?
Killed their omen.
Yeah. Interesting. I guess maybe they decided that they were just going to hold on to the guns
to get an immediate punish. But when they see nothing, the players move back to middle, give up that control, and now they have to fight for it. But Fnatic have already taken it. Chronicle able to hold on strong with Vitinho down in the swing from Boaster. Perfectly timed stun is good. Purpo's in the open. No choice but to take that duel, and he's lost it. GX, well, they won't be denying this plant, I think. The orb goes to Alpha here, now just one away from a showstopper.
Planted.
Yeah, for the other side, it's, I think, a save. Just the weaponry that they have.
There's always going to be the traps. Don't have traps to worry about, so straight in, paranoia, TP on backside. But this player's dropping out of heaven, and that's the real danger. 3, in fact, around this position. The Spectre already finding the 1, and Vitinho's not looking to stop anytime soon. Prepping his utility as Purpo just flies ahead of it, picking off 1, picking off 3 so far. And it's only Boaster. He snuck to the back, but Cloud up top is easily able to find it. There's not really an angle from there where you could find the value. Nade goes through, but most importantly, up goes Boaster to take that space. How has Leo gotten away with a double? Both were headshots, and he knows exactly where Cloud is, both himself and Chronicle looking to take the fight. And they know that player's stuck in, but you also know it's a Sky. Probably, you're going to see some utility fire around. Still both flashes ready for Cloud, but it's a contact play. Leo's ready to swing. Alpha here as well, and neither of them are needed in the first fight. Very clean from Fnatic. Having not lost a player, I don't think they will, because Redgar wants to get out of here. Take your gun out. Okay, well.
The few ults pretty close by. Paranoia in hand for Boaster to try and find something instead, though. It's actually Purpo again, winning the duel, gonna bypass the rest of the players. He kills Boaster. Was he on top or did he drop down? I think he dropped down after the aftershock.
He did.
And because of that, he's ended up getting a couple of kills. Durka needs to get back in there. They are just sticking this defuse, and it is being held. There is nothing Chronicle can do. Another big round from Purpo. Being more of a curse, it seems like the rest of the players are getting ready to barrel in off the back of it. They haven't quite been able to capitalize just yet, but Cloud is not long for this world. Hoodie, though, has quickly found trade backs. The time being bought, but still enough for them to get back in onto this. The trade from Alfred, he's actually going to end up with both. To this A side right now, there's still 3 players here. Rolling Thunder is available, and it is very well timed. It's gonna blast Alfred to the air, and he still gets 2 kills! I don't know how he's managing to pull this off, but even still, there's a fight for Fnatic. Redgar, Hoodie, trying to still stop them. The plant can't be denied, at least for now. But Redgar might be able to take a little bit of extra space. got Hoodie up above, but they know exactly where these players are.
The neural theft gave all the information away. GX getting back in is going to be tough with the crossfires. Fnatic have set up a little TP in, good control, and Durka has support too, and it's Alpha backing him up. So of course the kills come through. 2 trades for Alpha, but he might need to do a little bit more. Vitinho goes running in and running into his death. The spike is down in the open. That's the only advantage here for GX.
I don't know if that was necessary.
Last player standing.
Luckily, again, Purpo is there to bail them out.
Ace needed.
Yeah, who else? Who else?
Well, I think, you know, from Alpha's position, that plant spot is perfect. He could be in spawn, he could be in heaven, he could be in main, and all of those positions will be viable. For him though, he's going to take a bit of an uncouth position. Instead, looking to take that opening fight. This is a man that wants to duel. He doesn't want to win on the clock. He wants to win with a gun in his hand. And all 5 kills in his back pocket. A little bit of control found as Alpha goes flying through in the back of the orb. The shot has found nothing. Showstopper. The show is ended before it can even fire off for Purpo. Here's the spray from Chronicle for another 3 versus 2. This was looking dodgy with the time remaining, but just about they've gotten that plant in. Losing Durka, but Chronicle and Leo still stand. And that breach utility not online. Leo's a duelist here when he's most fearsome. And the player up top will be caught by Chronicle. Only Vitinho, and the double swing closes it.
A chance for them to set the pace. A chance for Purpo to be up front. Never mind. Vitinho with his quasi-duelist right now as he takes the lead. And Alpha, I can't believe he's just trying to kill them all off from the top rope. It would have been maybe even more impressive than the ace he got a couple of rounds ago.
Yeah, going full Matt Hardy on the play. I respect it, but, well, it hasn't really worked.
Yeah, they're on the clock, that's for sure. Aftershock available, a stun as well, an extra piece available as well for Vitinho, and he has made things so awkward, but Purpo goes down. It's starting to look a little bit dangerous, Leo.
So to make their way in, stun. Not quite gonna catch him. Chronicle ready to fight as they come through the elbow. There's Durka doubling up. They weren't expecting him. He can get out. Well, not anymore. Bullet to the head will secure that. And GX, advantage? Not quite. Still a player to the good over on Fnatic, but the plant will at least be secured. Not really any utility for it either. No flashes for Cloud, no snake bites for Hoodie. You're gonna find it very difficult to recover on this one, and especially with that opening pick from Alpha. Hoodie playing the real gamble inside the smoke, paranoid up and they're ready. They expect them to be there.
Looking to try and challenge this as a stun as well, available with Leo, and actually they've stunned deep. Alpha's managed to catch out Vitinho. I think that was actually an attempted swing to maybe save Purpo. Instead, he's actually gifted his own life over. And this time, actually, they have stuck around.
I don't understand how Durka is catching that again and again. What read goes on in his head? How does he feel and hear the breath of the round like that? The second they turn from the angle, both players looking at heaven as they clear it. I don't think there was any utility, and he steps to give it away, and he just goes, I think I'll check now. They go, oh, there he is, not looking at me, easy kill, TP out.
Look at the setup. That is the spike player at the back right now. They might catch Vitinho. They're going to catch Vitinho. That's the spike down. Now everything it's going wrong. It couldn't go any worse.
It's falling apart. It's fallen to pieces. My God, Hoodie standing against the entire might of Fnatic.
Yes.
Because they had subs in the last. So then, like, for that's unbelievable. Durka, he's going to flash this and finish the TP right after the nade. It's blinded them. A second flash primed them ready. In fact, it's going to come in afterwards by the looks of it with a close play by Alpha here. That nade, it's caused problems. He'll lose a bit of his health to that, and the flank up from Spawn gets Hoodie a kill. That rotation working out perfectly, but even despite that punish, it's a 3 versus 3.
Fnatic already have 3 players within this B side of the map, and they are walking straight into the stack.
TP out for Durka. Oh, Gate Crash is gone. It just faded. He has no opportunity but to stay here. Leo's there to support, but the Rolling Thunder's gonna put pressure on him, and with Durka down, Leo surely soon to follow. The first doesn't work out, the second is just the same. Redgar with the punish, the wide swing, the one tap, and Durk is down. And Fnatic needs someone to recover these advantages. 6 in a row. It's a lot for GX from this point. You chip away at it one step at a time. They need to make this round look convincing. Viper's Pit online, but with these advantages, you would hope it's not going to be needed, saved for a rainy day. The aggression of Boaster being watched for all the while. GX have to commit players to this, not having that Cypher. That means sometimes you lose the fight. The numbers back to just a one-man advantage, but the B site is uncontestedly theirs, and the Viper's Pit makes this extremely awkward for any retake.
Yeah, they'll have to go through it
Spike
at
planted.
their own peril.
They found my wire.
Trip going to be broken, so they know that it's close, and going through that snake bite would just be almost certain doom. It seems like every player from Fnatic has decided in a different avenue that they're just going to try and escape from this. There might be an attempt to try and lock some of these players into the site. They've got some spare finances to do so. Any players they drop will make things more awkward for GX, and it's definitely going to get a little bit awkward in a moment. The angles that they have to hold will be almost a perfect spam for Chronicle to play with, and there you go. He's just waiting patiently. They haven't even managed to destroy that Trip. Finally, they get around the corner, but they're getting wiped out as they do.
Will sit firmly in the hands of Chronicle, or on the backs of Chronicle and Leo. The spray is good for 2! Chronicle showing up with Purpo tag blow. It's an easy conversion for Leo, who goes out for all of them! 13-7, and domination from Fnatic on the final map.